Wayne Galloway with Graham Construction, so he's here to talk about what happened yesterday and work you through what they're doing, what steps they've been taking. I know you guys are more than familiar with Dan Florazone, our President and CEO of Saskatoon Health Region, and so I'm going to let Dwayne start things off, and Dan will make a statement, and then whatever questions you guys have.
Well, yesterday at approximately 1 p.m. On site, while we were moving some forms, we had an incident. Well, the forklift that was lifting the forms while our spotters were in place ran into the building and hit the glass. The forks hit the two windows, and we stopped work immediately and continued to started the investigation right away. We've basically gone through our protocols to this point, and we are continuing to investigate what happened.
Great. I want to thank everyone for being here once again, and Dwayne for being side by side with me. We immediately stopped work. There were some immediate remedial actions that Dwayne can get into maybe through the Q&As. I want to say that Graham Construction conveyed their regret. I had a chance to connect with their Calgary office with one of the vice presidents. And I can tell you that we are committed jointly to working together to prevent this from ever happening again. In the interim, construction, as you can see, has stopped, and it will continue to be stopped until we're satisfied jointly that we've created the measures necessary to prevent it from ever happening again. So you note safety being a top priority. This incident, we deeply regret the impact that it's had, and I know that Graham does, as expressed through the impact on patients, on visitors, on staff. The safety of those individuals, in addition to the public and staff that are working on that construction site, is a very big project, very complex, as you can see, working in and amongst a fairly contained area. Safety is paramount. So we're going to continue to work together for 4 years. We're going to make sure that each and every day is a safe day in the construction of the hospital.
Were any patient services affected by the incident? Like, was there surgeries canceled or anything like that?
There were no patient impacts, and we were fortunate in that at 1 o'clock there were a few staff in other areas. There was a patient in another area close by, no patients in that immediate area. So no impact on our services. Obviously, a group of people that are shook up in terms of you don't expect on that floor to have a forklift go through a window. Again, we're satisfied that Graham has taken immediate steps, but we are not satisfied until both of us have signed off on a revised safety plan that says this could never occur again.
So what kind of room or space did it involve?
So this was our same-day surgery area. There are generally about 4 stretchers and some waiting area in that area. So this would normally be an area that patients come to before surgery, and they'd go off from surgery into inpatient services. So
like a waiting
it's an area that is not quite waiting, but you're certainly there being prepped and prepared for surgery.
No, the incident itself, I know you say you're still investigating, but was it just a matter of not watching closely enough, or is it the confines of the space that kind of played a role?
The confines of the space definitely played a role. It's a cramped site. It's something that we're going to have to deal with throughout the construction. It's basically what's happened is we had a lapse. We were following all of our policies and procedures, but unfortunately we had a small lapse that basically caused this to happen, and we deeply regret any issues that have come to us.
Now, you guys both mentioned implementing measures to make sure it never happens again. A lot of this work has to happen close to the hospital, which then begs the question, does the movement have to come inside or outside of the hospital to protect this from ever happening again?
We are still in the process of determining what exactly we're going to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again. so far is that we will be coming away from the hospital to ensure that we don't impact the hospital at all.
Dwayne and I were discussing earlier in a larger huddle, a larger group that came together on the site at their in their construction office. As we were talking about it, Dwayne mentioned to me not only the policies and protocols and the need to revisit those, he also talked about spotters and some of the immediate steps with the equipment. So, Dwayne, I wonder if you might comment on that as well.
Yes. Basically, what we're going to be doing is making sure that we remove anything that is close to the hospital. So we stay away from the proximity to make sure that we don't impact it at all. As far as anything that we're going to have to be close in some instances. In those instances, we will ensure that we have spotters that are specifically looking and watching to ensure that we don't have this incident happening again.
Do these measures sort of affect your timelines at all? It's already at that site. Does it slow you down a bit?
No, it shouldn't slow us down. We should be able to maintain the schedules that we set.
How long before work begins again? Sorry.
So I can't tell you exactly because it's a matter of being satisfied, but I can tell you that it won't resume until at the earliest Monday. So on Monday, we expect a visit. We expect corporate office to be here from Calgary. We'll be working closely with them as well as Dwayne and his team. And our aim at that meeting on Monday is to take a look at the more fulsome plan. So what is the approach? What are the mitigation strategies being taken? How do those prevent this from ever happening again? And once satisfied, once Graham is satisfied, once we're satisfied, we'll be able to give a pretty quick resumption. What I don't want to rush, though, is the fact that we need to make sure that the staff, those working on that site, have new protocols. Those protocols are trained in and they're in place, and we have some guarantees. And I know Graham feels the same way.
Now, this is on the hospital side. There's three sides of this construction site that could potentially affect people. Are you guys concerned about the parkade side and the other parkade side too?
We are, and thank you for the question. In fact, that was the basis for a discussion this morning. This is three-sided, and in fact, the fourth side, and when we talk about people, pedestrians, and vehicles, we're interested in the mitigation strategy on all four of those sides. So the parkade, obviously, if we have a recurrence, similar incident, that puts at risk those that are in that parkade. So we're as interested in that side as any. I think what was really visceral about this incident is that it occurred in a patient care area, and just by the grace of God, there were no patients in that area at the time. We don't operate on luck. Nor does Graham. So what we want to do is make sure that the steps are taken. And like I say, this is a 4-year journey in terms of the construction of that hospital. So we want to make sure that each and every day safety is at the forefront for all workers, and that it doesn't negatively impact anyone who's in or near that construction zone.
Just wondering, in the contract to build this, would there be any sort of penalties built in for something like this?
We're very clear on the requirements around safety within the contract. So there are very clear responsibilities and obligations. So the financial penalties aren't something that we've either explored or went through. I can tell you that Graham has committed to repair the damage that's been done. But the bigger issue, again, and I appreciate that, but the bigger issue is let's mitigate to prevent this from ever happening again. Glass can be replaced.
What about the employee who did it? Is he facing any penalties?
I'll let Graham speak to this. So you do it.
Basically, due to the lapse that we had, we won't be pursuing anything with our employee at this time.
Okay.
What does that mean?
We're not going to be suspending or
We'll be facing any penalties.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Anything else you guys wanted to add?
Well, once again, I want to offer an apology and also a commitment to the public and to our staff and to the patients. to those that work with us and work for Graham Construction and with Graham Construction. Our commitment and number one priority is safety. We had an incident that could have been much, much worse, and for that we apologize and make the commitment once again. It's got to be safe, and we won't resume construction until we're satisfied that it's safe to proceed.
And I'd like to also offer our apology for this. We had an unfortunate incident, but thankfully nobody was hurt, and we want to reiterate our commitment to safety and the fact that we will continually be diligent in our going forward.
Sorry, Dwayne,
Yes.
can you spell your first and last name, please?
Dwayne Gallo, D-U-A-N-E.